I hate to be the one to say this, but I think we've officially broken the human brain.
If ED is affecting your confidence, you need to get Hims Sex Chews. These chews have the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
A 2-in-1 ED pill to get harder and go longer. Which, yes, those are desirable skills. People want that. Most people. And if the 2-in-1 doesn't do it for you, they also offer a 3-in-1 pill. Viagra and Cialis together, because evidently one is not enough nowadays. You need both. Like, if there was ever a sign that we needed some kind of societal reset, it has to be this. And this isn't some kind of retirement home supplement. These ads are targeting young men. Why? Well, one NIH study linked online porn consumption to rising sexual dysfunction in young men. Quote, over the past decade, doctors' reports of young adults and adolescents with ED have increased rapidly, with one practice reporting a 31 times increase in young patients aged 14 to 21 presenting with ED. Now, 1 in 4 men under 40 are believed to experience ED today. That is alarming, to say the least. And I know some people are going to push back on me and say, well, it's not just porn. It could be a bunch of other different things. It could be diet. It could be processed foods, pharmaceuticals, chronic disease, stress. It's all sort of a cocktail of dysfunction, no doubt. But I don't think there's any escaping the role of overstimulation, right? If you think back just maybe 20, 30 years ago, it used to be kind of difficult to see explicit images. Like, to get these types of magazines, you had to really work for it. Steal one from dad's stash or an older sibling, hide it under your bed, that kind of thing. Nowadays, it's a whole different ballgame. You open up Instagram and it looks something like this. Not ideal, some would say. Now, here's where my conspiracy brain kicks in. Are they doing this on purpose? I mean, the new owner of Pornhub literally said that they want to normalize porn in the West.
We saw an extraordinary opportunity. The fact that it's newsworthy or noteworthy that we've made the acquisition, that should tell you that this is a space that has not had mainstream investment, right? That it's a space, I always said, when we looked at the business, it's a business that's legal. Not only is it legal, but in every Western democracy, it's constitutionally protected. It could not be outlawed, even if you wanted to, but it doesn't have that legitimacy. And one of the reasons for that, and as we started to examine the business further, was that nobody wanted to say, we are the owners of a major adult company, right? Everyone, they wanted the benefits of owning a major adult company. It's a profitable business, but nobody wanted to be out front and engaging with other tech businesses, with government, with law enforcement, with regulation in that sort of way that the modern tech industry has to. So we saw in that this arbitrage opportunity, right? Where if people who come from the mainstream professional networks, whether it's law enforcement, tech, finance, et cetera, this is an opportunity to really bring this industry into the 21st century. We saw an extraordinary opportunity to do that with this, this jewel of an asset, Pornhub, but obviously with the entire company.
Jewel of an asset. Okay. He also said that government should, quote, take pride in sexual expression and help make porn normal. Recently, I also came across accounts of users reporting that when the meta algorithm pushes OF-style content, the not interested button mysteriously disappears, but then reappears in other kinds of videos. Super weird. Don't know how to explain that or what that's all about. I mean, maybe could they be doing psychological warfare on us? Could that be what's going on? Check out this story. In the early 2000s, the Israeli army pinpointed one of the most detestable sins in Islam and subjected their Palestinian enemies to it in an ultimate attempt at demoralization. Their crude and rather extreme choice of psychological weaponry was pornography. Israeli soldiers seized control of 3 of the 4 major news stations in Ramallah and forcibly played graphic images and videos on TVs inside hundreds of homes. That is freaking demonic. But hey, look, don't come at me. I'm not advocating for a ban. I'm not anti-sex. I'm not anti-free expression or any of that kind of thing. But I just think that we as a society are in big trouble if arousal, which is, one of the most natural human responses, has to now be medically induced with a super pill. That sounds like a bad road to go down. But hey, that's just my opinion. Would love to hear yours. My name is James Lee. This is the 5149 Show. I appreciate your time today, and please subscribe to support independent journalism.
In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power.